Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I've got a Sam's Club grocery haul, and I feel like this is one of the biggest Sam's Club hauls I've shared with you guys. We went all out today and really got stocked up. I'm honestly feeling motivated to do a lot of cooking and make some really filling meals with lots of proteins and vegetables, so got a lot of that stuff today, and I'm just going to be walking through it, telling you guys how I use it, how I will plan to use it for meals and stuff like that to stay on track with my journey, and I'll be sharing the WeightWatchers points for each item as well as the nutrition I will pop on the screen. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. We just got back from Sam's and unloaded everything. It took so many trips, and we actually got 2 good boxes today, which it's always a challenge when you go to check out and then at the end when you're leaving you can get some boxes to put the stuff in. Sometimes it's just so hit or miss, and today we got lucky. But anyway, I am really excited because I'm starting up a new challenge where I'm challenging myself to track everything I eat for 45 days and do a couple other things. But because of that, I wanted to make sure to have a lot of food ready so that I can just set myself up for success. Part of the thing that helps me the most is ingredient prepping, and I've got some ingredient prep in mind with the stuff that I'm gonna be sharing today. I did record some shopping through the store. I'll have the prices all at the end of this video. I need to calculate the total, taking out like paper towels and toilet paper, because we did get some of those things. We got like disinfectant wipes and Ziploc bags, but I never really share that stuff in my grocery hauls. So I don't know the exact total at the moment, but starting with the produce items that I got today. Okay, I always get a big bag of apples from Sam's Club, and lately I've been getting the bag of Cosmic Crisp. It's been over a year since I've gotten the Honey Crisp there, but I decided to give it a try today because I've been recently getting them at our local farmer's market, and they've been really good again, and I do miss them. They really are my favorite apple. So I'm going to hopefully enjoy these, and they will taste better than they had in the past, like last year around this time, or maybe it was a little bit after. They just started tasting really weird and I wasn't enjoying them. So anyway, I have an apple every single day after dinner. I enjoy apples. That's probably one of my favorite fruits, and it just works well to satisfy my sweet tooth right after I finish eating. It fills me up a little more, helps me get a little more fiber. Side note, and not the reason that I have apples, but apparently if you have apples after eating like garlic or something that gives you like bad breath the next day, apples are supposed to help with that, having it like in your stomach. But anyway, that's not why I have them, but it is a nice little bonus, I guess. But there's 0 points, and then after I eat my apple after dinner, I'll still have a dessert or yogurt bowl or something like that, but it just kind of helps me to fill up a little bit more and satisfy my sweet tooth. Okay, this bag of asparagus is really big, so it'll definitely last me 2 meals at least. I was thinking about using it as an ingredient in pasta. It's 0 points on WeightWatchers, adds a little extra fiber, and just bulks it up in general. But I also really enjoy it roasted in the oven, so I think I'll just roast the other half of it that I don't use for the pasta, and then it's just a perfect side with any dish that I have. Usually I end up having it with pasta, but it also works with like rice bowls, or if we're just having like chicken or burgers or something like that. So I'll just spray it with some olive oil spray and then add some seasoning to it and pop it in the oven, and it really does bring out the flavor. It's definitely my favorite way to make asparagus. We got bananas for protein shakes, just to have plain, bowls of cereal, and actually I've been using them in creamies more recently, so these are super green. I think we've got a couple left, but those are super ripe, and we just always use these. There's 0 points on WeightWatchers, and just an ingredient that we always have on hand. Okay, I got 2 types of peppers. So I've got my regular bell peppers here and then some sweet peppers. I use these pretty interchangeably, but a lot of the times I use these for veggie mix. Sometimes I'll just use a couple of these and chop them up and add them to eggs, or if I'm making like a wrap or something and I just want to add a couple and not use a whole big pepper, that's when these are really nice. But I do also prefer the flavor and consistency or texture of the sweet peppers over the bell peppers. But both are good options for 0 points to help bulk up meals. Okay, the only blueberries they had today were these jumbo ones. These are 0 points. I like to use them for yogurt bowls, and also whenever I have like pancakes or waffles. I do have some raspberries in the fridge that I got that I need to use up, so I was thinking of doing both of those things with some pancakes. It adds a really good sweetness, and then I don't have to add a bunch of syrup. Honestly, a lot of the times I like to just add whipped cream then, so it's like berries and cream with the pancakes, but got these for that reason. And then similar to how I like to have the apple after dinner, I like to have grapes after breakfast or lunch. I feel like more likely lunch. A lot of the times after I finish my breakfast, I'll have a protein coffee, and so that kind of satisfies my sweet tooth. But with lunch, I like to have something sweet after, and that's when grapes are a really good option. I really prefer red grapes, but I like to switch it off. These ones just looked better today. Okay, this is an excessive amount of romaine, but I think what we'll do is chop like half of it up and make it into a big salad. although I don't really have many ingredients. I usually like to add sweet peppers and cucumber, but I didn't get cucumber today. Or maybe I'll just use like roasted red peppers or something. We'll figure it out, but I was thinking of just making a big salad that's prepped in the fridge, and then the other ones we'll just use for like sandwiches, burgers. That's usually what we buy this for. Or sometimes I'll just chop it up and add it to bowls, or like if we're doing tacos or something. And then some zucchini, which I just use in veggie mix. And then the next thing that I use it for the most is usually pasta, because I'll just chop it up, cook it in some olive oil spray and some seasoning, and then add it to the pasta with maybe some cheese or a sauce, and it just bulks it up a lot without adding some different like flavor, and the texture is pretty like similar. I feel like it just works really well. That's why I like to use some zucchini to bulk up meals like that. It's also another one that's really good just roasted in the oven and used as a side dish. Then I did need some more sweet corn, so these are just cans. They're 0 points on WeightWatchers. I usually just strain them out and then add them to soup, chili. Sometimes I'll make like a Mexican inspired veggie mix, which is like beans, tomatoes, and corn. And so I just always need this. I go through it pretty quickly. So it's nice to have this stocked up in the pantry. Okay, let's move on to proteins next, which there are a lot of them today. First thing, Adam needed some lunch meat for his sandwiches that he packs for work. He got the rotisserie seasoned chicken breast, which is 0 points. It is 60 calories and 11 grams of protein. And actually lately I've been using lunch meat just a little bit more to make into snack plates. I was kind of getting burned out of having like tuna or chicken salad in my snack plates. And so I would just put some slices of lunch meat with crackers and cheese and grapes, and it is so good. I love to snack on that, and it has a good amount of protein. I got some ground chicken, which this is 3 pounds here. 0 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 160 calories for 4 ounces and 22 grams of protein. I do already have some ground turkey that's made into taco meat in the fridge right now, so I was actually thinking about doing a big batch of chicken burgers with this. And then with the burger patties, you can use them for a bunch of different things. I don't always just have them as like a plain burger on a bun, although that does work. I like to chop them up and mix them into pasta, or just use them as an ingredient in a rice bowl. It's really nice to have them prepped in the portioned out patties like that, and it's a good way to get some extra protein. Then speaking of tuna, I mentioned how I was getting burned out of them in snack plates, but that doesn't mean I'm burned out fully. I still really enjoy incorporating tuna, especially because it's 0 points, and 1 can has only 90 calories and 20 grams of protein. A lot of the times my favorite thing to use tuna for is tuna noodles. Like I said, sometimes I'll make it into just tuna salad, put it on some bread or a flatbread and make like a tuna melt, or sometimes I'll just have it plain with crackers and as a snack plate. Okay, then I also got some ground beef. So this comes with 3 pounds. And it is 93% lean ground beef. I'm struggling to hold it up. It's 170 calories for 4 ounces and 24 grams of protein. And I like that it's actually individual by pound. So if I don't use it all at once, I can either freeze it or just have it for separate meals. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it, but I was thinking maybe 2 of them for some smash burgers, and then I could just use the other one and have it ready to add to any meal if it's gonna be like pasta or something. Or Adam always loves meatloaf, so maybe I could make like a little meatloaf or something. We needed some eggs, so 0 points on WeightWatchers. I like to use these for breakfast, and then sometimes I just need them for different recipes. If I'm doing like baking, making breakfast cookies or something, or even when I make like the chicken burgers, I add an egg or 2 depending on how much meat I use, and it just helps with that as well. So needed more eggs. This is something that we don't get every time, but it's nice to have every once in a while. It is their seasoned pulled chicken. 0 points on WeightWatchers for the serving of 3 ounces. It's got 90 calories, 3 grams of fat, and 15 grams of protein. And this is one of my favorite options to make a lightened up version of the barbecue mac and cheese that I really enjoy. So I'll just toss this in my favorite barbecue sauce and then put it on the mac and cheese that I make. And it is so good. It's super filling. It adds a good amount of protein. And I just like the flavor that this has to it. It definitely is like seasoned and kind of smoked flavored, but it's really good. Then actually the samples got us today. So there was a woman that was sampling the butter chicken, and it was so delicious. It had such good flavor to it, and she served it on a little like non-pita bread, but I was thinking of actually just making it with like rice or something, or even like the Thai wheat noodles. I really love those. This is their butter chicken. I actually got it without even scanning it, and then we were about to leave and I was like, let's just scan it just in case. And it's 6 points for the serving of a 1/6 of this, which This is 2 pounds, so it is a lot. It's 180 calories for that serving of 5 ounces, 10 grams of fat, 8 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 8 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. So it's got a good amount of protein, and she was saying that she likes to add carrots to bulk it up. I was actually thinking of adding a bell pepper. I feel like that'd be really good, and see what other vegetables I have. Maybe I can do even more, because then that'll add some 0-point foods to make the servings bigger. And then, like I said, just putting it on rice or something I think would be a really good and filling meal, and it has such good flavor. It's really, really good. I'm excited to have this, and it says it's just heat and eat, so it should be pretty easy to make. Then Adam grabbed his favorite buffalo chicken dip, which they actually kind of changed the packaging for it. So this is 2 points for 2 tablespoons on WeightWatchers. It's got 60 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 1 carb, and 3 grams of protein. And he really likes to use this for his wraps that he makes. So he'll spread some onto the wrap and then also air fry some chicken, put the chicken in. Maybe if I have some veggie mix made, he'll add that in, and then he just wraps it up and air fries it, and it makes a nice buffalo chicken wrap. It's also good as just like a snacky appetizer with pretzels or on a snack plate, and it's just one of his favorite things. He loves everything buffalo chicken, so had to get one of those. Okay, next up, I grabbed some salmon from the freezer section. So this comes with individual packaged salmon, and usually I just make them all at once because it's nice to just have it prepped in the fridge. For the serving of 4 ounces, which is about 2/3 of a fillet, it's 230 calories, 15 grams of fat, and 23 grams of protein. Nice and high in protein, and every single time that I make us salmon and we make a meal with it, we are so full by the end. I always forget how filling it actually is. You can have a good amount for 0 points, and it's still really filling, helps you hit your protein goal. And usually what I do is I just pop it in the oven with some seasoning on it and roast it up, and then I have it ready for a bunch of different meals. I like to shred it and mix it into pasta, have it as a rice bowl. Sometimes I've even used it as a wrap, which I made a salmon Caesar wrap that was so delicious, and I need to make that again because that was one of my favorite meals, and I haven't had it in a long time. But this is a nice 0-point option to have in the freezer. Then we also grabbed some of these Members Mark chicken bites. These are the Southern style. They are flavored with dill, and that makes them really similar to Chick-fil-A. So that's why we like to get these and just have them in the freezer. They usually last us a while, but whenever I want to do like a copycat Chick-fil-A recipe, or even lately like a Nashville hot chicken inspired bowl or something like that, these are perfect for that. For the serving of 4 pieces, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers, 150 calories, 5 grams of fat, 12 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein. These are just very similar to Chick-fil-A, like I said. If you enjoy that, I like to use them for breakfast burritos or even bowls with like potatoes or with rice. It's just a nice option. Okay, some random like pantry type items. I got some more of this McCormick seasoning. This is one of my all-time favorites to use with just everything. It's just a good generic seasoning blend. It's got pretty much everything that I use individually, but all together. It's garlic and onion with black pepper and sea salt. So I needed more of this. And then I've also been just using so much more granulated onion or onion powder in meals lately. So I just got a big thing of this so that I have it. It just really adds good flavor, especially to vegetables when I'm cooking them on the stove. I got this, which I don't think I've tried this one before. This is Kinder's Bone Broth Gravy, and this is roasted turkey with sea salt and herbs. For 1 packet, which there are 4 packets in there, it's 3 points on WeightWatchers. The serving is for 1/4 of that, which is 20 calories, 4 carbs, and 1 gram of protein. So it does have very little protein in it, but it's because it's bone broth. And I just thought that this would be nice to just have in the pantry for whenever we need gravy for things. I don't really make things that often that use gravy, but like I mentioned, the chicken and mashed potato bowl, we've been doing like a copycat KFC bowl, which I shared in one of my videos. I can link it in the description, but having gravy for that has been really good. So maybe we'll make those soon. This is a giant bag, but actually Trevor uses these a lot too. These are crispy fried onions, and they add such good flavor to meals, and you barely have to use any. The serving's 2 tablespoons for 2 points, but usually I'll just do 1 tablespoon for 1 point and add it to the top of like my pasta or a rice bowl or something. And actually recently I made a green bean casserole inspired pasta that had these, and it was so good. I need to make a recipe video of it so I can share it with you guys. I need to figure out exactly how I made it though, but it was so good. These are just a nice flavorful option that, like I said, you don't need much of. The serving that's 2 tablespoons and 2 points is 45 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, and 3 carbs. And one of my favorite things to add those to is actually on top of mac and cheese. They didn't have the microwave cups, which are 5 points on WeightWatchers. They just had the boxes today, but with the microwave cups that I have in the pantry, I've been using those, and I'll add some grilled chicken on top and then just like a point of these and then some barbecue sauce, and it's 6 points for the whole thing. It has such good flavor and it just like satisfies my craving for that type of meal. But anyway, I got some Goodles. This is the Chetty Mac and it's got 4 boxes in here. So each box has 2.5 servings. For the serving of a cup prepared, it's 260 calories and 7 points on WeightWatchers. It's 3.5 grams of fat, 47 carbs, 7 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. It's got a good amount of protein and fiber, which is nice. It does have a different flavor than regular boxed mac and cheese, but that is because it's a lightened up version and it does have chickpeas in the pasta, so that does affect it, but we really enjoy these. It's something that's nice to just have ready in the pantry, like I said, and when I don't feel like making a whole meal, it just is nice to throw together with some vegetables, some protein, and even like tuna goes really well mixed in a box of this. But I'm glad that we've got more of those. Then also, I just love pasta in general, and that's why this Barilla Protein Plus is my favorite. I actually got 2 boxes of it today. There's 4 boxes of pasta in each one. It's got 2 rotini and 2 penne, but this is just my favorite to use for any pasta dish that I make. Like I said, that green bean casserole one that I did, whenever I do tuna noodles or taco pasta, or even just like pasta with meatballs or red sauce or something, this is my go-to brand that I use. For the serving, which is 2 ounces, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers, but usually when I'm making it my entire dish, I use 3 ounces of dry pasta, which is 6 points on WeightWatchers. But for that 2 ounce serving, that's 4 points. It's 190 calories, 1 gram of fat, 38 carbs, 5 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 10 grams of protein. So I just needed to stock up on these. We're actually out, and we had stocked up a while back from Sam's. I was excited to see that they actually had these there because I feel like this pasta is actually getting a little bit harder to find lately, so I was glad it was at Sam's. Then we did get some more corn tortillas. These are 1 point for 1, 3 points for 2, 4 points for 3. I like to use them for tacos, for quesadillas, anything that I need corn tortillas for. Also, I'll chop them up and put them in the air fryer and turn them into chips sometimes, but I just really love this brand. They are 100 calories for 2 of them, 1.5 grams of fat, 21 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 3 grams of protein. Okay, a couple drink items we grabbed. Adam needed some more iced coffee. This is the Starbucks medium roast unsweetened black coffee. It's 0 points on WeightWatchers, 15 calories, and 1 gram of protein for the 12 ounce serving. And he likes to just have this plain sometimes, or he'll add a skinny syrup to flavor it, or some type of like protein shake or something to make it a protein coffee. But I don't know what he prefers between the Dunkin' and the Starbucks, but it's nice that they have the 2-pack there. Okay, we always check to see, first of all, if they have the Starburst flavors, which they haven't anymore, but if they have any new flavors of the sparkling waters that we like. So this is the brand Sparkling Ice, and they actually have a new variety pack that's limited edition. It's got ginger lime, which I don't think I'll really like that one, but Adam said he will. But it's got cranberry frost I'm most excited about, apple cider, and lemon lime. I'm excited. It's kind of like holiday themed. And like I said, there's 0 points on WeightWatchers, 5 calories for a bottle, and they're pretty carbonated, so they just satisfy my sweet tooth or when I want like a flavored drink, which I feel like sometimes it just gives you some extra energy or motivation in the middle of the day when you're like working on stuff, and then you get to a point where you can have a flavored drink. I don't know. It sounds ridiculous, but I honestly look forward to my little like caffeine sparkling ices that I like, or these drinks, or even just sometimes having like a diet pop or something like that. But anyway, got those, and we'll just put those in the fridge. They're a nice 0 point option. Okay, we got some of these. So I've never seen this at Sam's Club, and it has 36 in here, which is probably a little ridiculous, but Adam likes to bring these to work too. They are the no sugar added applesauces, and he does prefer the ones that have flavor, but I was thinking he could even add some like cinnamon to them or something. Maybe he can try adding some like skinny syrup, make them like a little caramel apple or something. We'll see. But it's a nice option for a quick 0 point snack. I use them the most for baking, so it works really well to make like muffins and breakfast cookies and stuff like that. And I just figured for the price and everything, I might as well get this big box of them. We got some Quest protein chips. These are the chili lime and nacho cheese flavor. They are just a nice snack option. Sometimes I'll have them with my lunch if I make like a sandwich or something, or they honestly work well if you make like a taco bowl and use them as the base, kind of like nachos, but they're usually kind of broken, so they don't work as like actual nachos, but they add a nice crunch to meals like that with some veggies, some taco meat, me. And like I said, they have a good amount of protein. Each bag is 3 points on WeightWatchers. For the chili lime, it is 140 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 4 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 20 grams of protein. And then for the nacho cheese, it's 150 calories, 6 grams of fat, 5 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 18 grams of protein. Usually I'll just have an entire bag, but sometimes they also work mixed in a snack mix with some air pop popcorn. Even just like one bag with the popcorn, then you get some fiber, some protein, and it really satisfies that like salty craving that I have. Okay, we really enjoy these Bobos. I definitely have them in moderation, but they do work so nice as a pre-workout snack. A lot of the times before I do like a heavy leg day when I need a little bit of extra energy in the morning, I'll have one of these because I really struggle to eat breakfast before the gym or just any food in general before working out. So they are 6 points for one on WeightWatchers. It's 140 calories, 4 grams of fat, 25 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 10 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. They are gluten-free, dairy-free, and plant-based, and they're just a nice, quick digesting carb that also has some sugar in it, like I said, to give me some extra energy before my workout. And they are a little bit smaller in size, so that's again why I enjoy them in moderation, because I could probably eat like 2 at a time. They are a little bit dry though, but that's where the filling is really good. Anyway, I really like these. The apple pie is definitely my favorite that we've tried. Then we did get some more Ready Clean bars. These are their protein bars. They're chocolate peanut butter and dark chocolate sea salt, 5 points each, 200 calories. The peanut butter is 7 grams of fat, the dark chocolate is 5, 23 carbs for the peanut butter, 28 for the dark chocolate. They have 7 grams of fiber and 15 grams of protein each. I really like to have these after a workout, or sometimes when I just like want a candy bar or something like sweet at night. Specifically the peanut butter ones taste like Scotcheroos, which is my favorite Christmas cookie. And so it just sometimes can even work as like a dessert for me. It satisfies my sweet tooth that much. So I really enjoy these. I highly recommend these bars. They've been our favorite for a while now. I feel like I'm even getting burned out of Bear Bells over these, which I did not expect to happen, but both are good options. Okay, the last thing that we got, I was excited to see that Crunchmasters had a new flavor. So I love these for snack plates and just when I want a nice crunchy, salty snack. Usually we just get the like 5 or multigrain or something, I want to say it is, but now we've got ranch to try. For the serving of about 12 crackers, it is 4 points on WeightWatchers. It's 140 calories, 6 grams of fat, 20 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 3 grams of protein in that serving. And they are gluten-free because they are rice crackers, but I'm excited to try these out and see how they are. And that is everything that we got from Sam's Club today, which, like I said, this is one of the biggest Sam's Club hauls I've done in a very long time. I think the last time we even went to Sam's was in June, other than sometimes we randomly go there for like stuff for my baking business, but we haven't done a big haul like this in a while. So feels good to have all this stuff. Honestly, I'm already thinking about a bunch of stuff that I'm prepping ahead of time with the vegetables and the proteins, and just having the stuff ready makes it so much easier to stay on track. So feeling good about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all of the prices for everything. Thank you for watching.